Hey guys, Digital Gate Studios. I have James's grand debut on the channel here. What do you have for us?
Today I got Mastemon.
We're so excited, guys, to show you this list. Like, I don't know, the best Mastemon player we have at our locals for sure. So we had to get you to do this list and nobody else.
I mean, it ever so humble.
Go ahead, get started. We're excited to see this for sure.
Yeah, we'll start off with the level. Oh, actually, you know what? We'll start off with the eggs. And we got 4 Nyaramons and 1 Demi-Maramon.
Ooh, the Nyaramons. Okay.
Yep. In the most not organized way. But yeah. I know a lot of people prefer the 4 Demi-Maras and 1 Nyaramon.
Yeah, I was going to ask you.
I prefer the looting aspect when attacking.
Got it.
Because I think I choose a more aggressive approach to Mastemon.
I see.
And she's definitely changed a lot, I think, within the new format compared to like her last support with her initial coming out.
I gotcha. No, I like it. That's a cool split. I know that's done a lot of work against me. Do you feel like you need that 5th egg, or is it important? I guess I'm not sure. I don't know the deck well enough.
Depending on the matchup, but I find myself decking out a lot more recently.
Got it.
So I for sure want to like have my eggs available, because there's been multiple times where I'm just slamming down level 3s, feeling really weird about it, and that extra card draw helps.
Okay, sweet. Thank you.
And then we'll start off with the level 3. It's pretty standard. I got 4 Ignitemon.
Good card.
So ridiculous. The on attacking has actually come up a couple times, more so than I was actually expecting. I'll delete my own level 5s, delete my own level 4s to take off a big threat on the board with just this little baby. And it's inheritable of gaining 1 memory for playing Digimon, and this deck will just crap out Digimon when you need it to. It's allowed me to go off with just using 1 memory and even netting memory into a Mastemon so many times.
Okay, I love it.
And then we get just standard Floodgate rookies, running 2 Psychmon, but I run 4 Gazi.
Ooh, you're determined.
Yeah, Memory Deniers is definitely like what I really like. I like to make my opponents deal with, definitely dealing with my sources and dealing with things that are preventing them from playing the game, essentially.
Got it.
And there's been multiple times where I've thrown down Gazimon just to pass 3 if they have a memory setter out, and they have to deal with it if they have any kind of memory gain shenanigans.
Gotcha. I love it.
Psychmon's in there for the most part, just for the occasional Death X, even though I don't see it as much. And with Cross being so powerful again, I feel like 2 is pretty good. I've considered going down to 1 or switching up, but I like my ratio with the 10 rookies.
Got it. Oh, only 10. Okay.
Yeah, I play a dangerous game with my level 3s.
Yeah. I'm shivering here thinking about that. I'm scared.
And then pretty standard for every Mastemon player. 4 Gatomons.
The core of the deck.
Yeah, if you're not running 4 Gatomons, I don't know what deck you're playing with this, but she just finds every piece that I need. I will slam that thing on turn 1, give you 5 memory just to find my pieces if I'm breaking. And then the fact that you get to Digivolve for 1 for any of your angels, archangels, it just accelerates your deck to tenfold.
Yeah.
Starting this with my opening hand, I feel like I have all the power in the world. It's just a matter of waiting and reacting to my opponent versus sitting back and doing nothing.
Gotcha. Okay, I love it.
And then other level 4, I like in the new set that we got a couple extra level 4s. I only run 2 of the Devimon.
Oh yeah.
I replaced them with Black Autos. I think it's just strictly better Black Auto.
Got it. Because the rush.
The rush, the retaliation. Say your opponent swings into you, you can punish them with a level 4, take down their whole stack. You know, whatever kind of nonsense you're doing. And also, I didn't include any Angemon in this. I had 1 in here, but I wasn't really feeling like any opportunities really necessary for playing that.
Yeah.
I've considered going up to an Angemon or maybe even 2 just to have more bridges of level 4s for the deck, because I feel like that's where I get stuck the most.
I see. Okay.
Then level 5s, pretty standard still. The new Angemon.
Such a good card.
So good. I was kind of like skeptical about it at first, but
Yeah.
I feel like it's just a better TK. I mean, she can unbrick my hand, she can find whatever I need with insecurity, and also that inheritable of giving blocker.
Oh yeah.
I mean, just absolutely feels great. And that's what I felt like I was lacking a lot in the first iteration of Mastemon, was just like kind of a defensive option, because you kind of, when you go DNA Digivolve, you go all in.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it.
And so, like, you know, whether or not you bring back with your standard combos the Lucamon, or even bring back an Andromon or Lady Devi out of your security, then you can have the option of like being defensive while taking off things off their board.
I got it. That makes a lot of sense to me.
Then I run 2 of the Security Plus Angemon.
That's the one that terrifies me because then you get this Mastemon when it swings for 2 checks. It's like, ah.
This is where I like the extra aggression. I think it comes up in the perfect situations. It has a great on play. I'll slam that thing down for 6 memory to stop your whatever's going on, your Gatomon, whatever, to prevent as much damage as possible.
Yeah.
Recur it as much as I can. Yeah, just great card overall, pretty standard. And then I run 3 of the new Lady Devi.
3, okay.
It's great. It's just a big recycle. It recycles everything I need.
Yeah.
Brings back my Tamer, bring it back my Angemons, my Mastemons. I'll discard Mastemons at the beginning because I know I'll just bring it right back.
Got it.
It's just really nice. I should go up to 4, but I do run the filtering Lady Devi.
I was going to ask you about that. I've been seeing some people wanting to play more of that particular Lady Dev.
I think the new one's just kind of better. I think it allows more graveyard synergy, more interaction, things like that. This one's great because it helps me. It draws you a lot of cards, puts cards into your graveyard that you need. But I am still on the fence about it. That's why I think with Mastemon, it's a lot of like how people. Every Mastemon deck list is different.
Yeah, and every player for it is different too, for sure.
Yeah, you have the same cards, but your ratios is what's really the thing for it. You know, there are people who run less Lady Devis or even the X-Antibody Angemons that I've seen.
That's right. Okay, yeah.
And then to round off the 5s, I do 2 Chaos Modes.
Such a good card.
It's great.
Messes me up so much.
level 5, 12k body. You can recur it for free with Mastemon. Pop a level 6, pop a Tamer, blow everything off the board. That's always your target. You discard it with Lady Devis. You can discard it. You can even pop it with Ignitemon for some weird combos.
Yeah.
Things like that. Just the recursion aspect of it. And even like, I get a lot of cards in my graveyard with Mastemon. So like slamming it down for the reduced play cost still always comes up.
Yeah, it's still a body on board and you remove something of theirs for sure.
Oh, yeah. Then to the left, I run 2 Ophanis.
Yeah. Okay.
Love
that card too.
This comes in clutch a lot more than I think I see. I was running 1 for the longest time and opted into a creepy one for another level 6.
Gotcha. Okay.
But I like the recovery aspect more and taking off a small body.
Yeah. What terrifies me about that card is whenever you're like playing against it and you're trying to plan, you're like, okay, I'm gonna use removal to get rid of the Ophanimon. Well, they just replace that body. A lot of times when you're at that late stage of the game, you're like, okay, if I remove the Ophanimon, 1 card is off the board, but then they just replace it and you didn't get anywhere.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah, 9 times out of 10, that Gatomon's coming back out after that. So it's just going to rebuild right into a stack.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then we have the boss Digimon, Mastemon. You run 4.
Such a good card.
You got to see it. It's got to be there. You got to find it. I did run 3 at the beginning because of the amount of recursion that I was finding.
I see. Yep.
I hated it.
You just needed it as a 4-up.
It always ended up in security, ended up not where it was supposed to be. So gotta have the card, gotta have the DNA combo. And she just plays everything out of your security, pops bodies. Great Digimon. Loved her from the beginning. And then for 1 level 7, I run Ordinimon.
Ooh.
Or if you want to pronounce it right, Ordinimon.
Ordinimon? I don't know how to pronounce it.
It's
It's a cool level 7. I really like it. So I mean,
when it works, it works.
I think I saw you the other day with 17 security. Was that right?
Yeah.
When you were playing that, I was just like, "Are you serious right now?"
Yeah, but I there were a couple times recently where I was able to pop about 5 or 6 Digimon on the field with it, and it's just overwhelming advantage. But it's also kind of a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
Because then I thin out my deck until like almost decking out.
Gotcha, because you are healing so much.
Exactly. And like nobody's gonna punch through 17 security. So it's a matter of decking me out at that point. Yeah. And then we can move on to the options. I run 1 reinforcing.
Okay.
For obvious reasons. I mean, great card.
Reason why it's restricted.
Exactly. Right. Top card, put 1 in your hand, make your opponent choose their fate. And then 3 purple memory boosts.
Ooh.
It's just for a matter of unbricking my hand, finding my sources. Great opening option. Great in times 2 memory in this deck now is insane.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
I've done with just 1 memory. So, enjoying the extra memory is always good. Controversial, as I've heard late, is 2 flame hell scythes.
2 flame hell sights. What's controversial about that? The fact
A lot of people are not running any.
really they're no longer doing that anymore.
Because you don't run. I don't run any Magnangemon in
Yeah,
here.
because that was the strength of that, huh?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That was the recursion of it. I like it because it grabs pretty much all of this. This
Yeah.
is why I like it. I don't think of it as deleting a Digimon and
Got it.
I think of it as extra Digimon.
That's a great
Because
way
it's
to
going to
think of it.
recur everything that I need.
Yeah. Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
you know, in clutch situations, if I have someone striking down, you know, 3-4 security, that thing comes out, I play that Angemon, stop it in its tracks.
Got it. That makes perfect
Or it
sense.
finds my 2 pieces that I need. And then a room here. 4 chaos degradations.
Ooh, there it is. There it is.
Yeah. Pretty
much like the best,
best.
removal in the game, right? Right?
Yeah, unless you're playing Black War and you get that one instance of Yuya. I mean, I don't know. I feel so dominant with that card in my hand. I'm like, I could just deal with anything I need to.
Yeah.
You know, and it feels so good when it comes out of security because just the look on my opponent's face when they're like, oh, there goes all of my effort. And I'm like,
yep, that's my entire game plan.
yeah, it's in your security now. And I always, fun fact, I always, if I use it against an opponent when it doesn't come out of security, I always put it at the bottom and trash the top because I can keep tabs on what's going on in their security.
Got it. Yeah.
And then 9 times out of 10, I always forget. So,
but it's okay because usually it's
feels
Digimon.
villainous.
Yeah.
And then it, you know, just kind of backfires sometimes. And then last but not least, Tamers. I run 2 Kari.
2 cars.
I've actually considered taking Karis out.
Really?
And replacing them with TKs because
That
I
makes
want
sense
to
to
have
me.
more control over my security.
Yeah.
It does come in helpful a lot on my turns when I am recovering into my, say, Ophani or Mastemon just to extend my turn even
That's what I
further.
love about it. It turns Ophani into a 3-cost Evo and it keeps it your turn.
Right.
You know, so.
Yeah. And then next best card is 3 Murrays.
Ooh, okay. So this is something I wanted to ask you about. Is there a reason not to do 4? Is 4 too many with that? Because I haven't built this yet. I don't know.
4 feels really bricky to me.
Okay.
I have seen people run 4. She feels like the power level of Gato. I mean, she will accelerate all of your plays. She pops off with 1 memory.
Yeah.
She works really well with just 1 stack, which is kind of what this deck is based around.
Yep.
And it just like feels accelerating, just the same way Gato accelerates the deck. But 4 felt bricky because I don't want. I have started with it in my opening hand and slammed it down for 5 memory, or turn 2, something like that. Just when it gets to later in the game, it feels really weird to have those in your hand because I'm not gonna on turn 9. I'm not gonna throw down 3 Murrays. For what reason, right?
Gotcha.
So I think seeing her early and seeing her consistently is what's important.
Got it. But not to the point where you need 4 to clog you.
No, not at all. Yeah,
I see. That makes sense. I mean, it's terrifying now that this is out and you start planning against your opponent. You know, once those mirrors start stacking and you're thinking you're only giving your opponent 3, and they're like, okay, 6. You're like, okay, great. You know.
Yeah.
It reminds me of the Sonata from Diabora. We got Jesse here with us too. It just that 1 extra memory is just so good, and it's the first 5-cost tamer.
Yeah, and it's just like when you know, getting memory choke to 1 even with the salad, it doesn't even matter because you're gonna promote that Gato and go into your Mastemon play.
Exactly. Yep. That's exactly. Yeah.
And I think what's insane about it is when you get your perfect stack with like Ignitemon, Gatomon, then you go into your DNA Digivolve and then bring back your Lucamon. You just throw a level 6 on top of it, then DNA again into Dynamon. You're still netting like 3 memory.
That's insane. So,
and then you blow up their whole board.
Wow.
But overall, Mastemon feels really different
than
when I first started playing with it. It definitely feels a lot slower.
Okay.
And I still enjoy it.
Yeah. To me, it feels like now with Mastemon, when I see people play it, every card has like that much more value, right? Like when it first started, you'd have to do 1 or 2, 3 cards to do something now 1 card can do.
Right.
So I really like that of the aspect, and I love the evolution of this deck, and I'm really glad they're giving the fans what they really want, right?
Yeah, I mean, oh my god, I was dreading the fact that I saw that all my level 5s were had alternate arts, and like my wallet screamed.
Yeah. Well, guys, here's the Mastemon list. We're so excited to have you, James, on the channel with us. We can't wait to have you on for next video.
Yeah, thank
guys,
you.
comment down below. Tell us we want James more on the channel for sure. Like, comment, subscribe, and guys, have a good day. Thanks.
Thank you guys.